As extreme temperatures continue here in the Southeast, residents are doing whatever they can to beat the heat. And for a lot of families, that includes a trip to the Steinbach Aquatic Center. Elnora Hildebrand from Landmark will usually bring her son and daughter for an outdoor swim at least once a week when the mercury soars.
It's a bit hot, but the pool helps a lot. Feels a lot better if we're in the water.
Shauna Workington from Mitchell also relies on the aquatic center to cool down when the temperature rises.
Well, we came to the splash park for our mom's group, and it was really fun. And then we have lunch and go to air conditioning in the afternoon.
For Shauna, when it comes to extremely hot days, there is definitely a cutoff point.
I'm about as pale as you can get, so I'm not a tanner. I don't lay in the sun. No.
But how hot is too hot?
My son, he laughs because we open the door and we wave our hand out to see what we should wear. And if it just feels really humid, then it's more of a humidity thing, I think.
We found Mark Balash hunkered down in the shade at A.D. Penner Park, watching his two boys enjoying the climbing structures nearby. Mark agrees that there's a certain point beyond which the heat definitely isn't as tolerable.
You know what? I like the heat. The humidity is what makes the difference for me. This is a little bit too much, a little bit later in the day. When I get my kids, we try to do our stuff. When it gets this hot, we try to go out in the morning before noon, and then after that, we probably head inside for some indoor activity, make sure the central air is on, that kind of stuff.
It's one thing to have the choice to be outside when the temperature climbs into the 30s and beyond. But what about those whose job requires them to be outdoors for 8 hours a day? Matthew Giesbrecht, Braden Cruz, and Andrew Workington work at a local Steinbach golf course. Braden says the last few days have been almost unbearable.
The humidity's awful. It's got to be the worst part. Yesterday's humidity was even worse than today, just sweating buckets, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So how does this trio cope with this kind of weather?
Drink lots of water. That's pretty much the only thing you can do, and stay in the shade.
Marty Kubra from Winnipeg brought an out-of-town colleague from Toronto for a round of golf in Steinbach. But why would somebody choose a strenuous outdoor activity on a day where the Humidex makes it feel like 40 Celsius?
You know, we're a little spoiled in a golf cart, and certainly if you were walking it, you would really feel the heat, but in a cart, it's not too bad.
So, is there such a thing as being too hot?
Well, after the summer we've had so far, we'll bring the heat on. It's all good.
A sentiment shared by many here in southeastern Manitoba, but if given the option between extreme heat or extreme cold?
I guess, extreme heat, at least we've got air conditioning. We can still be inside and we can cool off in the water, and there's probably more fun things to do in the heat than there is in the extreme cold. So